There you are.
As I said, I like detective stories, and this one is no exception. This one had a lot of hype behind it, and to my surprise, I actually liked it. It's not a traditional detective movie by any means, but it's probably one of the more famous ones you've never heard of. What I once thought was a repeated gag in those old Warner Brothers cartoons was actually a very popular film at the time. The film tells the story of retired detective Nick Charles and his wife Nora spending the holidays in New York when the daughter of an old client of Nick's shows up asking for his help to find her missing father, the quote-unquote thin man of the title. Nick is reluctant at first to take the case, but reluctantly does mostly because it's just something to do, and also because it excites his wife. Yes, the reason Nick takes the case is because it turns his wife on and it's just something to do on an otherwise boring holiday. The characters of Nick and Nora have since been imitated in some form or another, but never really successfully duplicated. Probably one of the best versions that are their polar opposites that come close are John Steed and Emma Peel. Look them up. Obviously not really inspired by them, but the chemistry is very similar. William Powell and Myrna Loy were friends in real life, and their real-life affection for each other shows in this film. The film came out in 1934 and was shot over a 2-week period and a low budget. MGM did not have much faith in the film, but it became a surprise hit for them with 5 subsequent sequels that followed, as well as a TV series which all could not live up to the spark of that first film. One of the reasons for the popularity was that the film came out after Prohibition, so Nick and Nora drank in almost every scene but were functioning alcoholics. What would be sort of frowned upon today was highly celebrated back then. The drinking, however, was toned down in the subsequent sequels, but it is funny to watch. The film was based on the 1934 detective novel by famous author Dashiell Hammett, who was well known for writing hard-boiled detective novels. This was his last published novel until his death in 1961. I really enjoyed this film. I'll admit I find it a little hard to watch films of this era, but some of them still hold up quite well. This one was a nice surprise. If you like detective films and are looking for something a little different, seek out The Thin Man.
Say, how many drinks have you had?
This will make 6 martinis.
All right. Will you bring me 5 more martinis? Leo, line them right up here.
Yes, ma'am.